Number one thing is make it feel good. There's no course on that. I'm 16 years old, touring with Barry White at Madison Square Garden. He would get out of a Stutz Bearcat with a 357 Magnum. Gun would go on the console, and you're sitting there, okay. When I look back, I was always kind of obsessed with sound. Your responsibility to keep the low end and build that foundation from the bottom. There's that one mentality, and then there's the other one that was trying to be George Benson on the bass.
Well, how do you choose the notes?
That's why I'm here for Scott bass lessons.
Okay, so I finally did it. I'm here with the legendary Nathan East. We all know he's bass royalty. Barry White, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Chaka Khan, Eric Clapton, Phil Collins, Stevie Wonder, Quincy Jones, George Harrison, Elton John. Yeah, I'm just dropping them names down there. George Benson, Kenny Loggins, Anita Baker, Herbie Hancock, Chick Corea, Earth, Wind and Fire, Toto, Michael McDonald. The list goes on and on. I mean... Oh, come on! It's happening to me. Come on!
First of all, we're in the studio going to work every day, and a 19-year-old beautiful girl comes in. Her name is Whitney, and we meet her, and she goes in the booth, and you hear that. That was her song.
No
Uncut.
way.
And I'm just thinking to myself, you know what? I hope she makes it.
I think she's got something.
I think she's got something. But it was
just...
I mean, 19 years old?
Crazy.
Yeah, amazing.
Absolutely
anyway.
Crazy. Yeah, nice to meet you, Nathan.
Pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm here for the Scott's bass lessons, by the way.
I'm not going to give you any.
Come on, please.
No, dude. So we're going to kick this off with Footloose by Mr. Loggins.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Gotta catch that over D.
Hey, do you want free bass gear, extra content, and exclusive videos? Well, listen up. As an SPL Insider, you get to be part of our free monthly giveaways where you can win bass straps, strings, pedals, multi-effects units, gig bags, even full-on basses like this one. But that's just the start. SPL Insiders also get exclusive director's cut versions of our YouTube videos, longer with deeper insights and packed with extra tips you will not find anywhere else. Plus, you're also going to get bonus behind the scenes content as well. All of this exclusive content is only available to SBL insiders. It's not on YouTube and it's not on our website. It's truly exclusive. And the best part is it's 100% free. Just click the link below or go to sblinsider.com, sign up and boom, you're in. Free gear, exclusive content, no brainer.
It was the first number one record I sang on.
No way.
And put your feet on the ground, yeah.
Yeah, like tell me about like getting that bass line. Did you write the bass line? Did somebody else write it? Give it to you? What's the story?
Yeah, no, I mean the basic tune is just so just had to come up with something interesting for the hook, you know. And,
so all of that
and something very driving. Yeah, and mind you, we rehearsed the tune every day on tour, you know. So there was enough time to kind of just keep coming. I was just bored. And just every day, just kind of adding little bits and pieces to it.
Until you found you'd really perfected it and got it like locked in, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you never know too when you're trying to carve out a line that this is actually going to be something now it's going to live.
It was going to be on the actual, for the movie, right?
Every day on the road, you know, you say, I got this film, you know, Footloose, wherever we're staying at the hotel, you know, the little ballroom and go rehearse, you know. Yeah. Every day we'd rehearse the tune, so. By the time we went in to record it, I think it took like one take.
Yeah. It was a one taker.
I think it was one taker.
Oh, just like that.
Tristan Bowden on drums. Yeah, no, it was great.
And how did you start? Like, how did you actually find the bass as an instrument? Like, how did you end up on the bass?
Oh, well, you know, when I was 14 and picked a bass up in the church, it was just sitting there like that. And is anybody playing this? No, and my brothers were playing and singing, you know, and so. Is it okay if I go? And I picked it up and thought, maybe I think I can do this.
Well, did you come from a musical family then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my older brother Ray sings. He's the pastor of a church now, you know, but he still sings, you know. And then my brother David played guitar, left-handed. We were at a church called Christ the King where they had the folk masses in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And so we would write music for the liturgy. And, you know, we'd get together at our house like an hour before mass started, and then we'd come up with the little melodies for what was going to be sung. So it was them at first, and then I was tagging along, and I was at rehearsal, and then all of a sudden I see this bass, and I just pick it up. And I mean, first of all, what are the chances, you know, that a bass is going to be on an altar, and I'm sitting there with nothing to do, 14-year-old kid. I picked it up, and then they said, okay, you can be in the band. Next day I'm in the band. I always say the thing about when you're in church, if you make a mistake, they forgive you a lot. So that's the ideal place to learn.
Yeah, to pick it up.
Yeah, but there was. I'll never forget. Like, wow, these notes are resonating with my heart. You know, yeah.
And who were you listening to? Like when you first picked up the bass and started playing it, who were your earlier influences?
You know, back then on the radio, you'd hear everything from Chicago, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, James Brown. You know, the first bass line I think I learned was
amazing.
A song called "Top of the Stack." You know, and I remember just thinking, wow, that's very cool. And then, you know, my ear just was going to the bass, you know, and all the groups like Tower of Power, of course.
Oh, so you were into all of the guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you were to name like just a few players from around that era, who would they be?
Well, it'd be, you know, obviously Rocco from Tower of Power, Verdine White from Earth, Wind and Fire, Pete Cetera from Chicago, McCartney, of course. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, you know, everybody's, oh man, Larry Graham, you know, he came. So Larry Graham, and then, you know, just started picking up. Herbie Hancock had the Headhunters record came out. Yeah. That was Paul Jackson. All these incredible bass lines and so there was like a wealth of bass going on, actually. Jamerson, all the Motown
It was
records.
An incredible era of bass, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. What about, was Chuck Rainey one of your influences?
Chuck Rainey was right on the list. Anything I saw with his name on it, too.
Well, I've seen you do, if you rewind the video and you watch Nathan play the intro to Footloose, you're actually doing something interesting with your finger that...
Well, I'm using a little bit of nail. I remember reading an article where Chuck Rainey said he grows his nails just long enough so they can almost serve as a plectrum.
Yeah. So you're pushing down, aren't you? Like
Right, exactly.
Like a pick, right?
Exactly.
Going up and down. So did that come from Chuck Rainey?
And that was Chuck Rainey right off the bat.
I've wondered this for so long.
I remember thinking too, like having a 4-finger technique that each string gets a finger, and then each finger would just play the notes on that string.
Yeah.
I abandoned that right away. But that was the concept that I was thinking, that you could use the front and back of
And
your,
how old were you when you started doing that?
And that was about 14.
About 14.
Yeah.
And by 16,
I'm recording with Barry White.
I've got a fun clip. I've got a fun clip to share with you. Check this out. I don't know if you've seen this. So this is Barry White sitting, listening to a 16-year-old you. Check this out. It's so cool.
When you lay down next to me, and it's we're gonna start with the kick on this and the bass. This is the thing that everybody feels when they're in a discotheque or in a room or in a nightclub when this record comes on. A lot of other records come on. It's that driving bottom that makes you to where you can't sit down. You got to get up. When the snare comes in, that's your heartbeat. That's your bloodline. That's your heart. That's what's pumping.
Exactly.
That after it's giving you that thing, and you feel it when it comes in. We'll bring the piano in, and you'll feel this bouncy thing.
Hey, right.
It's just like a chef when he's working on a beautiful recipe for a salad. It takes all kind of ingredients, and here we capture all the ingredients. Bring them cellos in.
There's the snare he's talking about.
Yes, sir.
That's Barry playing.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's him.
When we met, it wasn't quite clear to me.
Oh.
Wow. Everything that you're hearing, he would go around to each player, and you're sitting there, we're all lined up, and they'd come and they'd say, Nate, I want you to play boom, boom, boom. I mean, sing the note verbatim, and then that's all you do for 8 hours.
Just playing it over and over.
Over and over again. And Ed Green never got tired, It's funny too, because you're thinking as you're playing something all day, it's either a hammer, which is another choice, but then I chose to slide it.
And is this because the way that Barry was singing? No, my voice doesn't even go that. No, it sounds way cooler when you do it. Yeah.
No. So it's a big difference between or. That's when I realized it's choices.
Can you play this? Can I put the actual track and you play it on the bass? Can you play it on the bass?
Absolutely.
When we met,
hey,
quite clear to me.
Ed Green on drums.
The store was never only me. Shouldn't you know you took me by surprise. When I turned in,
can you remember the next bit?
Let me see.
There you were, out there on the floor.
Yeah.
The way you move, girl, only made me want you more. I did not know you had me hypnotized to the movement of your body dancing in my eyes.
You're challenging a memory.
Oh man! So your mum bought you the bass?
Yeah, she brought me the bass, and we were there, and I'll never forget. Like this is it. I mean,
is that it? Is that the bass?
That's the bass. Wow. You're digging up some of the vintage footage. Yeah,
that's the bass before it was stripped.
That's the bass before it was stripped, and and I pulled so many pickups in and out of this thing, but it was my only bass. So
Oh man.
Okay, if I want to change the color.
What's that switch for on the jazz bass? Because I'm sure loads of people are looking at it and thinking, what is that thing?
When I first started putting pickups in and out of this thing, then I think we ended up with this is like a high A pickup, and I think it came with a switch that had two different tones on it.
Oh, so you just popped it in, yeah.
But yeah, this is my baby.
How did you end up with Barry White when you were 16? What happened?
I was in a band called Power in San Diego, and when the Stax Review came, We backed up all the artists. They hired us to play behind Rufus Thomas, Barry White, all the artists. And when Barry heard our band, he hired the entire band to go on tour.
No way.
Yeah. I'm
Incredible.
16 years old and touring with Barry White at Madison Square Garden. Tuxedo.
That must have been so surreal at 16. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Playing the Apollo Theater in New York, it was just like, really? and that's when I
On
knew.
this bass.
On this bass. On this very bass.
And then what happened to it over the years? Because obviously there's like different pickups in it. There's a switch there.
Yeah, there's a little switch there. I mean, it was one of those things where it was my only bass, so anything I wanted to do to modify, just, I had holes in this thing.
Well, we'll pull up the P bass, because you've got a really awesome P bass as well, which has been on some legendary records. Did you make all of these modifications on this bass before you got the P bass?
Prior to having the P bass.
Prior to getting the P bass, yeah.
When I look back, I was always kind of obsessed with sound, and looking for the perfect point and fatness and clarity but fullness and so, and then obviously you're looking on those videos, seeing Jermaine Jackson playing his Fender Jazz.
Yeah.
With the Jacksons and doing.
Yeah.
and just what we would see, we'd see Paul McCartney there with his Hofner bass, and just looking at it and just kind of saying, oh man, I want to do that.
Is that what drove you to change the pickups? Maybe you were looking for a different sound out of the jazz bass?
Yeah, I was looking for a sound that was a little more, little punchier.
What era was this? What year?
It would have been in the 70s,
In the 70s, yeah.
Mid 70s.
Yeah.
Early to mid.
So Marcus Miller's out doing his thing.
He's out doing his thing. Larry Graham's now.
Yeah.
Come out.
So you're listening to these guys and you're copying their sound.
Of course, there's this guy named Jaco Pastorius now.
Yeah, that guy, yeah.
And, every bass player, he pulls your frets off and what did he do?
Yeah. Did you go through that as well?
I did.
You did, yeah. The rite of passage.
Yeah, everybody, and then you think, what did he eat for breakfast? What, anything that you could do to get close to.
Yeah.
But Monk Montgomery was one of the first.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, that used it as a solo instrument. Thing about bass these days is trying to be all-purpose. Your responsibility to keep the low end and keep the bottom and build that foundation from the bottom. There's that one mentality, and then there's the other one that wants to let everybody know.
Yeah.
And for me, I was trying to be George Benson on the bass.
Oh, really? Yeah. Were you with super into George Benson?
Yeah. And so the band used to, Nate, play bass, come on, because I was always up here. But so even now, when I'm playing and recording, I'm always thinking the first thing first is service of the tune. Nothing else is more important. I don't even really want to kind of sign my name as this is his sound, or I just want to be in service, And then most of the songs when I hear it, okay, I just don't want to mess this up.
It's so interesting you saying though that people were dude, just chill out, just play bass, because when I listened to you when you were younger, I don't hear that at all. I just hear these just incredible bass lines.
Oh, really?
Always in the pocket. Super, playing for the song. I don't. So maybe it's something that you experienced from the inside.
It might have been a little even prior to my recording.
Yeah, maybe.
Playing in bands and stuff, And also people want to, they don't realize the Beatles played in clubs until 4 a.m. for hours and hours, weeks on end, before people knew who they were.
Down in Germany, right?
Down in Germany, yeah.
Yeah.
So, those early days when I was playing in bands around town, I still was that kid that just was
you were doing it. Yeah, you were doing it. You had to get it out.
You have to get it out. And then sooner or later, I call the Barry White sessions BWU, Barry White University.
I was going to ask, when do you feel that things started to conceptually as a bass player started to come together? Was it those Barry White years?
It was those Barry White years that really solidified. And when you look over and see Ray Parker Jr. next to you, Lee Ritenour, Wah-Wah, all these session aces, you realize that, wait, what are they doing now? And so as a bass player, moving.
What an experience! Sorry, just what an experience that must have been.
It was. I mean, and you were nervous because he wasn't a small man, and he would get out of a Stutz Bearcat, with a 357 Magnum, twirling it like he was in the Wild Wild West. Yeah. And it would just pump. This gun would go on the console, and you're sitting there. Okay, I'll play this all day. What else you got?
That's why you stopped shredding up here.
Yeah, exactly. Forget about all this up here. But after so many records with Barry, you just realize that he just carved out a bass line that eventually it would resonate with people. Like he said, this is what the heart hears.
Yeah.
And I really learned a lot from him.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
They sound like new strings, right? But they're not.
These strings have been on this bass since then, which is more than 40 years ago.
What the heck are these strings?
These are Diodario copper strings.
Copper strings,
I mean, they used to have a big shine to them, but I guess after 40 years or so, they
same strings.
But I mean, it's amazing.
That's what I mean. It's got the sort of like the top end, right? Sounds incredible. And you lost this bass, didn't you?
This bass went missing for 3 decades.
And they didn't even change the strings when it went missing. What were they thinking?
This and my upright bass,
Yeah.
That was it was a gift from my first bass mentor, Gunnar Biggs in San Diego, who was in the stage band. And he gave me this beautiful upright bass. And I had, in LA, especially back in the day of so many sessions, we had cartage companies that we'd keep our gear.
Yeah.
And they'd bring it all to the studio and have it set up ready for you when you went. So I had all my basses there, this upright bass. And when the cartage company, when they changed locations and moved, they came, oh, Nate, your upright went missing during the move.
It went missing in the move.
How do you lose an upright bass, and this
and that bass
and this bass too, So the only way it kind of I was reunited with it is the owner of the cartage company passed away, and then when they were going through his office, they found my upright bass and this bass.
What?
In his office.
It was in his office.
It's in his office.
What the heck?
And so
it's just been in there for years.
Been in there for 30 years. I'm just thankful I got the call. Somebody was going through the office and said, you may want to get over here.
Yeah.
To get something like that back after all those years is unbelievable.
Yeah, incredible.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
We were talking about, obviously, like, playing with Hubert Laws, and that was in 1980. When were you playing with Phil Collins? 83?
Yeah.
84? 83, 84,
was getting the call to go over and do the sessions with Philip Bailey for the Chinese Wall Project.
Yeah, and one of the biggest hits off that record was obviously Ease the Lover, right?
Yeah. That was just a gift.
Can we hear it?
Woo, Phil.
Yeah. I like this one.
You got to get the substitutions in there.
You gotta get it in. You gotta get it in. And obviously, this was recorded on a 5-string, right?
Right.
This was,
exactly.
and I can remember I was watching you when I was a kid because Nathan is the actual bass player of my childhood.
Oh no,
The
don't.
bassist of my child. My dad was a Phil Collins huge fan, Eric Clapton huge fan. So I can remember sitting there when I was like 7 and 8 year olds watching VHS tapes of you playing, and you were the cool bass player. This, honestly, with the white bass, the white Yamaha bass, the BB.
And the reason I played a white bass is because when I saw Earth, Wind and Fire, one of my first concerts I ever went to, there's Verdi in white
with the white bass.
With the white bass.
With the white bass.
And I said, that guy, that's what I...
Did they reach out? Did Yamaha contact you and say, hey, do you want one of these basses? Or did you just go buy one of the Yamaha white basses?
No, I was at a studio with Abraham Laboriel.
Yeah.
My idol. And he was recording and he was using a Yamaha bass. And it sounded so great, obviously, in the fingers. But he showed me his bass. And,
he had a BB as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and he introduced me to Yamaha.
Yeah.
And then they started sending me basses, and then that's when we started designing. And then, okay, can we make one in white?
Is that when it came?
Like Verdi in white, yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah.
When did you transition to the 5-string?
It was early 80s when the synthesizer started dropping down to those low Ds and E flats, and pretty soon, so, to have access to all those notes.
Were you excited about it? Were you like, oh, this is incredible? Or were you like, oh, it's a 5, what do I do with this B string?
Really excited about it.
You were really excited?
Yeah.
And was that at the time, because you were like, in the community, the bass player community, was that the general feeling? Was everybody super pumped about this 5-string, B string?
I think so. That Jimmy Johnson had a 5-string bass, he used to play Alembic, right? He played at the Baked Potato.
Yeah.
And one time I walked in there and he said, hey, you want to sit in? He handed me the bass, and literally it was like I had no idea what to do. Exactly. I realized that all that real estate, all those notes down below the E, which we used to tune down half a step or a whole step, 4 strings. So there was a lot more range available, I thought, and you have to use it wisely.
Yeah. But it's so powerful, isn't it, when you're playing, then just suddenly you did at the end of that, right? You just drop down. It fills out that bottom end.
I only play at least 5 strings now,
Yeah. Is that your go-to? Yeah. Obviously, this is your signature bass, right?
Right.
But like back in the day, was it a BB 5000?
Yes, it was
BB 5000.
Started with the 3000, but then when the 5-string, it was BB 5000.
BB 5000, the white one.
Yeah, exactly.
The white one. Yeah.
You know that one.
Do you want to see a clip of it? I'm gonna clip it. Check this out.
And this is
Phil Collins on drums. Hey,
okay, here we go.
Phil and Gaines.
Yeah, Greg. Hey.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh man, I have watched this video so many times, and with you coming in, I have forced everybody else to watch this video. Everybody has watched this video many times. I'm like, oh, have you seen this video? Have you seen this video?
Well, that was at Montreux Jazz Festival in the old casino, 1986, and that was my first time there. First time being in Montreux.
Yeah.
And that quartet we called the Heaven Band, Bill Collins on drums, Phil and Gaines, Eric, and it just every single night was a joy.
Oh, it is just such an outrageous band, yeah. And for me, like what stands out when I listen to that and amongst all of the other stuff that you've done, that you've got this incredible language that you can use. Like, you've got the bass line down, but you just like, these sort of like, you've got the groove, you've got the pocket, and then you can move around really seamlessly between the chords with like what seems like the perfect fill or what, like, where did that come from? When did you start developing that?
There's a lot to process even to this day. Every time I go to play, if I'm on stage or playing, you know, I'm just always kind of, my mind is saying, what's the best thing to play right now in this bar right now? You know?
Yeah.
And making every single note count. So in my head, you know, as I'm playing, I'm always kind of processing, is this a place to make a move? Sometimes I'm on, you know, a song and I'm thinking, I wonder what McCartney would do right now, you know, or what would Ron Carter or Chuck Rainey, you know, a whole host of players, you know. That's kind of what I aspire. I just want to play the right thing, you know, just, I don't want it to be necessarily the flashiest thing, but I want it to be right for whatever that chord is and whatever.
How do you choose the notes?
That's why I'm here for Scott bass lessons. I mean, because the number one thing is make it feel good.
Yeah, making it feel good.
Yeah, and then there's no course on that. And obviously listening to all the great records, you know, Motown and everything came before us. Playing with Eric has been so much fun because he first of all, he never has once told me what to play. You know?
Really?
Yeah.
So it's open. You
always open, and so my thing is, okay, don't come in and mess up this man's music. You know, but it's just, I shot the Sherriff. So that's the template for those chords. And every now and then I might.
Got it, yeah.
You know,
do you hear that, or what's the question? Are you hearing it, you know, like when you do a substitution?
Right.
Or do you play piano?
Just enough to get in trouble. Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so you're thinking about the chords.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the chords, and then substitutions, like sometimes I just think, you know, okay, you're gonna do this for the next 15 minutes. These are the changes. So what other chord changes would go? That might work.
Got it, like variations on it.
You know, yeah. And even Easy Lover was. You know, still those choices.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a lot playing with Joe Sample and doing some records with the Crusaders. Where he would always say, you have a point where you arrive, but you can get to that point from going from above it or walk up to the notes. You know? So I was trying to, okay. So if you.
Yeah.
So I'm walking up to that note, but if I'm going to end up there, I could go. You know, so how many ways can I get to that note? So once again, when we're going. And Greg and I used to kind of end up throwing a couple substitutions.
Oh!
you know, so it's like, well, okay, but every now and then, you know, we'd over there, give the look. Okay, here we go. You're doing something repetitive, but then you're keeping it interesting.
Yeah. And talking, like, that's the harmonic side. Let's say you're playing with Phil Collins on one gig, right?
Right.
And then the next gig you're playing with another world-class drummer, whoever it is, right? So do you ever have to change your pocket where you're feeling the pulse at all, depending on that? Or
Absolutely.
You do,
Yeah, because, I mean, Steve Gadd puts it into a whole nother place, you know. He may lay back a lot. Steve Ferrone might keep it right in the middle, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, having listened to him with Average White Band and Tom Petty and all the stuff that he's done, so I study the drummers. You know, John Robinson, right down the middle of the tracks like a train, you know.
Yeah.
And just solid. You could bet anything you want on the next beat, you know.
Yeah.
Vinnie Colaiuta, very interesting, like just a genius in and able to put the feel wherever he wants it. Jeff Porcaro. Literally, they back in the day say you have to handcuff yourself to one drummer for the rest of your life. Okay, Jeff Porcaro, let's go.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the feel.
Because of the feel.
Yeah.
Everything I listen to and a lot of the records that we made together, it just sounds like two kids in the playground having the best time ever. You know?
And where was he? Was he like central to the pocket, or was he in the backside?
He had a little combo platter of being able to have his
combo platter.
his snare could be back, but the kick could be in the front. But it just always felt so good. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And sometimes you can't even put your finger on why does this feel so good. One of a kind.
And where are you trying it? Where do you naturally place the beat? Are you like in the middle or on the backside of it?
Yeah, I'm kind of just going down the middle too. Middle of the tracks.
Yeah.
Again, you just have to lean right in. And so there's not really much room to keep that back or in the front, just kind of right on the middle.
Just right down the center. Yeah.
But I've been blessed to play with some of the best drummers ever, you know.
What bass is it, do you know?
That's the Music Man.
Is it the Music Man? Yeah.
I forgot to bring that today. Wow. I've forgotten all about that.
So good.
Wow. That's why I love Eric Clapton. You know, the moments like that, and we used to play that song's Old Love.
Yeah.
We used to play like 20-minute versions of it.
Oh, that. Yeah.
And so it was like you were going to a gig not knowing what was going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, which is, it still happens to this day where you just get up there and, okay, what's going to go on tonight?
Hey, super quick 20-second interruption to tell you about something cool. And no, it's not this bass, although this bass is mighty cool. It's actually that we have got a super special offer on right now where I'm knocking over 75% off my accelerator bundle. That's the slap accelerator, the fretboard accelerator, the technique accelerator. There's a lot of different accelerators up for grabs, and all you need to do is click the link down below. Now, with that said, let's get back to the video and Mr. Nathan East.
Oh, thanks for sharing that. I wanted
to ask you. Yeah, I wanted to ask you a question about that because I've heard you talking about, you know, soloing and your approach to soloing. You've said some really interesting stuff about like having a great opening statement.
This song we recorded, "Lady," for Kenny Rogers. He says, "Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you." You just like, this is the first thing. Boom. This is boom. Like, you're getting chills thinking about it. Like, and so, you know, same coming. I try to apply it to a solo. That you start with something sort of memorable, and tell a story. A lot of that comes from the heart. Again, you can't teach those things in school. And players like Wes Montgomery and Pat Metheny. I listen to a lot of guitarists, George Benson.
Yeah.
Of course, standing next to Eric every night, you know, and you hear how it's like the heart is playing, you know, not just like, okay, what cool lick is
but where do you get that opening statement from? Are you thinking about it beforehand, or are you thinking to yourself, oh, I wonder what's going to come out?
Yeah, it's more of a, I wonder what's going to come out tonight.
You wonder what's going to come out tonight. Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. You know, just the first thing top of the head, you know.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be interested because I love your playing, but if I was playing, I'd love to hear what your opening line would be.
What is it?
I mean, I love it, you know. I put you on the spot because then it's not like you get to, but I already had 3 licks prepared.
Yeah.
You know?
Here it comes.
Yeah. So then it gives you a chance. So, okay, now I have to step off this cliff now.
Yeah.
You know? And it was just a great opportunity every night to really be expressive. And I think that's one of the things about Clapton's music is that it's just always from the heart. It's not like you know exactly what's going to happen the next, you know, every night, shot the sheriff every time.
Is he one of your favorite
now?
artists that you play
Absolutely.
with? Like,
Absolutely.
Because you've just been with him as well and developed that musical relationship with him for so long.
Yeah, I mean, there's a brotherhood that develops. You know, you can start hearing around corners, you know, and hearing completing each other's statements, you know. So like any relationship, you know, where Chicory used to say, you know, if I hear you do something, that'll spark me to do something that then in turns spark you to do
Chicory was scary, man.
Having that ear and having that sensitivity and intuition to jump in there. And that's what music, you know, I feel is. It's not because now we got so many notes available to us now, you know, and all you have to do is scroll.
Doom scroll.
Doom scroll. And actually, I get, you know, pretty intimidated. So like these players now have taken it to another level.
It's almost like crazy chops have become a commodity now. A few years ago, I'd see somebody with crazy chops, I'd be like, wow. But now there's so many, I'm like, it's more for me now, it's about feel actually. You know, like I think Steve Gadd's a great example of that. There might be a lot of drummers out there playing all of the notes, but like when you listen to Steve Gadd, you're like,
well, first of all, he doesn't have anything to prove to anybody. He's like a Ferrari with 6 gears, you know, and he can go into 6th gear better than anybody, but he stays like in the first 2 gears.
He's chilling.
Just chilling.
A quick interlude with Michael McDonald here with what I think is one of the greatest bass fills of all time. End of interlude. Moving on. Okay. Oh, right there. Oh,
I've been waiting all my life to put that fill in the song.
That was it. Too good. This is Fourplay playing 101 Eastbound.
Oh, hey. My impersonation of a guitar player.
Great.
Again, using the...
Oh. Yeah.
You know, we wrote that song, my brother Marcel and I, in the garage in our house. We had a studio, and the band was coming over the next day. And so, Marcel, come on, let's go to the studio. And we went down and wrote that at about 4 a.m. because the guys were going to show up at about 11. Yeah, and so I'll never forget, you know, being in there, just coming up with it. And then, of course, Bob James, this incredible arrangement, and Rittenauer and Harvey, and it just came together so beautiful. By the way, the bass that a lot of these records, and this is the prototype of my signature bass.
Wow, let me check it out.
So,
because I can hold it.
Yeah, so that bass is the bass that I recorded that on.
Really? That is insane. And this is, so what's going on with the headstock? It's got a completely different headstock.
Right.
It's like
a little shovel.
Part weapon. Right. Do you know what I mean? If the guitar player gets too close, you can just...
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So this was the start of the signature bass.
The start of the signature bass.
And when did it become like fully formed?
And it became fully formed in about the mid-'80s. This was the prototype And I had a lot of artists, I'd bring that to the studio, and I've been offered as much as $250,000 for this.
No way.
Yeah. And
Ian? Two. Ian's going to take two.
I remember Morris Gibb wanted this bass,
No way.
Babyface loved this bass. Yeah, I mean, and it was just a magical instrument that...
Can I plug it in?
and
the guys over there are all going like this.
The case I keep it in, it has like a little boxing glove hanging off the top, because then my wife, if anything ever happens, you have to grab one instrument. This is the one you get. Wow.
Oh.
Wow, you make that sound good too. Come on.
What is that?
Unbelievable.
This is the sound. My word.
Wow, you sound better on it than I do.
Oh, get out, sound. Get out. It really does sound like that bass, doesn't it? Yeah.
Wow, come on, let's go.
What's all of it? What is all of this?
Yeah, and then so it just, each pickup gets its own volume. No, I mean, it's like I say, when the Fires came, that was the very first thing that went in the car.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Do you think it's got, like, do you know, like some basses, it's just the way it goes, isn't it? Some basses have just got like a magic because of like, I think it's because wood is an inconsistent material sometimes.
Absolutely.
So sometimes you get a bass and you just play it and you're like, oh, everything
100%.
is incredible. Is this? Yeah, I think it is.
100%.
Obviously, yeah.
100%. And,
Yeah.
I mean, Get Lucky, that's the bass. And,
Oh, will you play Get Lucky on this later? Yeah, great. Oh.
Yeah, and
Oh.
so and
Punk.
exactly.
Yeah, Daft Punk.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, volume, and tone.
Oh, interesting. So it's like a jazz bass kind of affair.
Exactly.
Volume, tone. So like super simple,
Yeah,
yeah.
very simple.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and what are these two?
And one just turns it on and off, So
Yeah.
and then the other one is active and passive.
Oh, nice. And is it the same on that bass as well?
Yes.
So it's stayed the same
Yes.
ever since then?
So yeah, it just I said, okay, we need that, but make it signature bass, So which is nice to have something that I can, take around the world. I didn't ever want to take that because that was the one.
Is that why you didn't want to? You didn't want to take it because it was so valuable to you? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
all the sentiment and the songs that were recorded on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my word, incredible. It's kind of thrown me off my interview game here. I'm like, where do I
That's
go
why
after
it's good,
this?
just improvise.
Yeah. I'll tell you another bass I really want to talk about as well, because we loaded all of these basses in, and there was one bass when I saw it, I was like, this is the bass that I watched so many videos of Nathan playing on when I was a kid, and it was this one here.
Yeah, this is my baby. It's my world bass, and that used to be white, and
I think it looks better now.
Yeah, I love it now.
I like the cream.
I love it now,
the cream. Yeah.
And again, a lot of this has been the way it's been. Strings and everything that's been on there for years, and I absolutely love it. This was a bass that Yamaha came up with, and I was doing a recording with an artist named Kazumasa Oda in Tokyo.
Yeah.
This arrived at the studio, took it out of the case.
No way.
Yeah.
It arrived at the studio.
It arrived at the studio, brand new. Took it out of the case. I didn't have to tune it. It was in perfect tune. I played it on this song called Oh Yeah. And when I got back the next time I visited Japan, they said, that song you played on it sold 6 million singles in Tokyo, in Japan. I was like, really? And then of course I've taken it around the world with me, and it's my go-to baby. And another one that had to be, this is the second one that went in the car during the fires.
Can we hear it? Can you plug it in?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, check it out. While you're plugging that in, check this out.
There we go. There she blows. Hey. Come on.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
It's such a great sounding bass, isn't it?
Thank you.
What's the story with all of the flags?
Yeah, I started a little thing where I would go to a country and then thought, hey, I'll get a little flag from every place I visit and just stick it on there, And so there's Korea, there's Japan, Australia, we went to Jerusalem, Canada, of course, US, and then I started pretty soon.
You ran out. But
these are just
them all. Yeah.
These are just go to the post office and get these little stickers. But I thought about actually making one where they're actual inlays.
Was that actually inlays?
Yeah.
That would be outrageous.
That'd be incredible. But this was the bass I was playing with Toto on stage when I tore my Achilles tendon.
Oh,
and the reason being is we were doing it was Toto and Earth, Wind and Fire double bill.
Were you doing some of them Verdine White moves?
And I was trying to do my Verdine White moves, and I had this bass, and I was running in place. All of a sudden, pop, and something kind of weird just happened.
Did it hurt?
And it hurt. It felt like the stage collapsed from underneath, and then as I was standing there, it started to get a little more painful, and there was a complete tear of my Achilles. So I finished the song. I think we were playing "Home of the Brave," but finished and got off to the side of the stage, and oops. But this was the bass I was playing. So this is my baby. Dave Brubeck's signed the back of it. Fourplay opened for him, and then recently Pat Martino signed it. So
you got them covered up.
I got them covered up
because they don't get worn off. Yeah. Well, before I need you to play Daft Punk, right, and tell us the story around that. But before you do, right, I wanted you to talk about this because you brought this incredible new amp with you, which is your new signature amp.
This is the first signature amp I've ever had in my life.
It's about time, mate. Come on.
It's the Laney Digbeth East, and
Digbeth being Birmingham Digbeth.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact,
Digbeth.
So we're really happy with the way it came out. I mean, for me, this amp is a game changer because every amp that I've played for the last 40 years has only had one input.
Yeah.
And so guess what? We have two here, and with a flip of a switch, we can switch to my upright bass.
Yeah, because you play electric and upright on a ton of your gigs, don't you?
Exactly.
So what were you doing before? Just going in like a splitter box?
The splitter box, or else just having upright going through the monitor, which, again, I didn't get the bottom and everything that I get from the amplifier.
Yeah.
So by having the two inputs and both being 500 watts and both having their own separate DIs out for the front of house engineer.
That's really
fantastic.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
really
he can
so
have,
you've got like a lot of control.
Yeah, he can have EQ on each instrument, so that he's happy, and I'm happy because I have my compact sound right here on stage.
Yeah.
And it's a very simple amp with. You asked about the tilt switch
Yeah,
earlier.
tilt, yeah.
And tilt is basically, we have a bass clef and a treble clef there. So that lets you know if you want to have more bass, just tilt it to
More
the...
treble, keeping it simple. But it is simple, isn't it? Bass, you've got the two mids.
Right.
And then you've got the treble. And then you've got the tilt. Good for you, Laney. It's about time that somebody made you a signature amp. And this is the one that you use, isn't it? Obviously the head, but this is the cab. This is 212s.
212s.
They do a 4x10
We
as
do
well,
4x10s as well. It sounds amazing. If you really want to get that punchy, get lucky.
Yeah. Right, well, listen, before we wrap this interview, you've got to tell us a story about Get Lucky and Daft Punk.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know, we were in the studio taking pictures, and I was just about to post. They said, oh, no, nobody knows what we look like. You know, so,
No way.
Yeah, so they can do a concert for 50,000 people and then just walk out with the crowd.
And have a pint. Yeah.
Right around the corner. Anyway, Get Lucky was, that whole album, Random Access Memories, was just, it was great to get a call for that.
Nile Rodgers, obviously.
Nile Rodgers,
Yeah.
And you know, Omar Hakim, John Robinson, Paul Jackson Jr., you know, they had, so we were kind of putting on our 70s hat, going in there. And the first run at the song Get Lucky, I didn't even know that it had lyrics because we were just cutting the tune. Then it got sent to New York, and Nile Rodgers put his part on.
Oh, so you actually did your parts before Nile did his? Yeah.
And so it was a nice track, fantastic track. And when it came back, I heard Niall's part, I heard the lyrics, and I thought to myself, now that all of this, the picture is much clearer, I'd like to have another go at it, you know.
No, really? You just thought, what was it about your initial bass line? What do you want to change about it?
I think the original line wasn't as bouncy. It was more like we're doing a session, you know.
Got it,
and,
okay,
It was don't, do, you know, but it didn't have my version of trying to impersonate Bernard Edwards and do the sheep on that bass with the 5-string with the low B. Yeah, probably using the low B more in that song than anything I've ever recorded.
Oh, really? Yeah. Really utilized it.
Yeah, because before I used to, okay, now you got this low B, but just be economic with it and don't.
Great responsibility.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't just stay down there. But this song, it's just like, no, we're going to hang.
It's called for it,
We're going to hang down to the low B.
And it was done on this bass, right?
It was done on that bass, yeah.
Wow, I can see there. It says, what does that say?
It says
Motion LB.
Motion LB. I think LB stands for low bass.
Oh, wow. Will you play the line?
You know what? Let me see if
on this bass.
See if I remember.
Legend of the Phoenix.
Low B.
Ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Look. We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's raise the bar. She's up all night to the sun. I'm up all night to get some. She's up all night for good fun. I'm up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to the sun. night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. 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 We're up all night to get lucky.
So good. So
Oh man,
good.
how much fun is that?
Too much fun. This has been too much fun.
Oh,
This
man,
has been too much fun, man.
Shoot, we could go on for ages.
I think, let us know in the comments, do you want a round 2? This is round 1. Do you want a round 2? If you do, let us know in the comments. This has been the legendary and incredible Mr. Nathan East.
Now can I get my lesson?
It's an E, it's an A, it's a D and a G. You don't need the D and the G.
Pleasure, man.
Thanks so much, man.
Cheers.